Hi everyone, my name is Justin Odisho and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today I'm excited to have a very interesting guest on the podcast. His name is Kraig Adams. He's a self-proclaimed minimalist and filmmaker living in New York City. You can find him on YouTube under his channels Wedding Film School and his personal Kraig Adams channel. Today we dive into how he's making a full-time living creating content and publishing it to places like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and his strategy on building a deep and engaged audience. There's a ton of gems in this one for you guys to pick up, and I think you're really going to enjoy this one. So let's just jump right into it. Hey, Kraig, welcome to the show.
Yes. I love that you're doing a podcast. You know, we were talking about podcasts. I think I've started two before, like over the years, and everyone's making one right now, but it totally makes sense. Are you having fun doing it?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. And my favorite part is it's kind of selfish. It's just meeting people that I wanted to reach out to anyway and just talking with them and asking them questions that I wanted to ask him anyway.
Yeah, because if you were in New York City, we would meet up obviously and chat, but you can do this with anyone, chat for an hour, and then share it for everyone else. You know, It's good stuff, so why not? I dig it.
And I feel like there's something about the podcast format that is just, you don't want to cut it off midway because it just feels wrong to cut off, stop listening to your conversation. You just want to hear what everyone has to say, you know?
Yeah, there is something to be said with like a continued shot. Like we're so used to, as filmmakers, like chopping up and editing, even the vlogs, like the actuality, the real stuff, like it's real, but we edit it so much. But there's something so raw and like you're in the room with us. I dig it.
Yeah. So I've found your channel probably about a year ago, like I was telling you, and you're one of my, I'm not just saying this because I'm talking to you, you're one of my favorite channels to look forward to new content from, because I feel like you're not afraid to be super authentic or super personal. And like you said, we all cut things in filmmaking and portray a certain look, but I love the fact that on your channel you might post an unboxing of Cheez-Its or something like you did before.
He goes straight to the Cheez-Its unboxing.
Let's talk about Cheez-Its.
I thought you were gonna hit me with the minimal videos, but he goes straight to the kill shot.
Let's talk about something important here. Cheez-Its.
They did not sponsor me, but I've been trying real hard to get that Cheez-It sponsors.
That would be
but as soon as I do, there's gonna be tenfold Cheez-It video content.
No, because I mean, on my channel, my audience, I feel like, would crucify me if I did that. Do you get that response? Or
there were a couple people who really didn't get it, and those are like the old school wedding filmmakers that lingered or came from the other channel. But I think most people on my channel who actually consume and watch as soon as I post, they get it. I'm weird. I'm stupid. Yeah. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Now, so you mentioned they came from the other channel. So you have a whole nother channel called Wedding Film School that you started, and I guess it's kind of like your baby for a long time. Can you talk about where that started, if that was first or if this was first, and where your priorities are?
Yeah, I don't know how many people have multiple channels on YouTube. I do know that a lot of people have older channels that they kind of get rid of sometimes. But Wedding Film School is the original. It's where I learned how to YouTube. I just kept making videos. I remember no one was watching, but I was just trying to teach people what I knew. I'd get excited about this camera or this new way to shoot a first look, like weddings. I'm like, how many people could honestly be searching for wedding content? But we are up to almost, I think, 80,000 subs, somewhere near that. I didn't think there were that many wedding filmmakers in the world. And yeah, that's my full-time job. I'm making the most money through Wedding Film School. It just makes sense for sponsors. It makes sense. People know what they're subscribing to. But it's kind of pigeonholed, you know. I know exactly who the audience is. They want the BTS, they want the reviews, they want the serious content. So the Kraig Adams, the second channel, it's the weird one.
Yeah.
It's my vlog channel. It's where I experiment a bit more. Yeah, having two channels is fun though. I like it.
Now, so you started the Wedding Film School way before you started the Kraig Adams personal channel?
Yeah, I'd say 3 years ago is when I started wedding film school. And then the personal Kraig Adams channel, I really started vlogging a year ago. So 3 years, 1 year. And I think together, 100.
Yeah, I think you're over. I think you're a little bit over 100.
A little shadow of you.
No,
I want those Justin numbers. I want that Justin content.
We'll talk about.
You
numbers.
tell me.
We'll talk about.
It's all about
numbers.
engagement, right?
What's that?
It's all about engagement.
Yeah.
How many views you can get within the first 48 hours? How many clicks you can get on that call to action when you finally mobilize your subs?
Well, I think that you're doing something really, really well though. When you talk about talking about numbers and data, you are like a super scientist when it comes to data, and I really like that about your channel. Is that you are all about links and refining and optimizing.
Absolutely. I wasn't always. I had no idea what I was doing when I started out, but I'd say the last 6 months I've gotten serious with stats, optimization, cleaning up the clutter. You've been doing this? What have you been up to? You've been cleaning up and organizing a little bit, or?
Well, so me and you I think are similar in a lot of ways. I wouldn't say I'm a full. We'll get into the minimalist thing too.
Oh boy, I knew it.
There's so much to unfold. I wouldn't say I'm a full-blown minimalist, but for a long time I've always been kind of into what I wear, I guess you can say. I always wanted to make sure my wardrobe was, and when I say that sounds so stupid when I say wardrobe, but like that I don't have any t-shirts that I don't wear, that I have like 1 or 2 t-shirts that are the best t-shirts that I only wear those. I literally only
How many black t-shirts you got, huh? How many you got in cycle?
I have 2.
Nothing better than a black t-shirt.
I have 2 black t-shirts, and all I wear in my videos is 1 black t-shirt because I realize that I can't keep switching. I need like a uniform for my videos at least. And I always have that kind of always looking through all my stuff, refining it, optimizing it, getting rid of what doesn't work, and then trying new things, and then like keep going like that. Where did that habit start for you?
Yeah, I don't think I would even have known the word minimalist until probably a year ago. Slowly started just getting rid of things, and it's kind of a trend right now. That you'll always have people who don't fully understand it, but I just do it because it makes me feel good and allows me to focus on what's important. It's not just about not owning a small amount of things. Mm-hmm. It's just figuring out what is important and what actually brings me happiness, and just getting rid of everything else. So it does come down to stuff in your apartment, but it also comes down to like emails that send you newsletters. Just unsubscribing from those, like just not having a Snapchat account if you're not going to use it. Like it goes down to everything for me. Just eliminating the crap,
It's really more of a mindset, you'd say.
Oh yeah.
It frees up your mind.
Yeah. How organized is your computer? Do you have like hard drives like very organized, or do you kind of just have? Wait. Do you have files on your desktop right now?
Yes. If you saw my desktop right now, you would not enjoy it because.
Oh no.
See, the way my workflow is, I make a mess and then I clean it up, and then I make a mess and I clean it up, but it goes in phases. Do you do it? Are you like super on top of it, or is it every other couple day thing on and off?
Yeah, I'm similar, but probably just way more intense. Everyone has their method, and that's the thing. Like, there's just not one size fits all for minimalists. So it's really funny to post a video that kind of gets picked up by the algorithm on YouTube, because you get crazy amounts of views, but also crazy amounts of views from random people who have no context to you and your channel.
And are you talking
I'll
about
have people just like hating on me. Yeah, I'm talking about my minimalist tour video.
The minimalist apartment. I think apartment tours. There's a whole niche of apartment tours.
Oh yeah, you get a good thumbnail, boom, people click. People
and
love
I
it.
mean, that's not to discredit. Like you bring that whole. I mean, you've done wedding films for a long time, and you can see that cinematic quality in your vlogs. As silly as some of them are, like even if it's a silly video, there's still like a really well done quality underneath it, which I think is why I enjoy your channel. I'm sure a lot of other people enjoy your channel.
You know, though, there's a lot to it. How many times have you shot an entire video and then thrown it away and redid it? Like, I can't tell you the number of times that I've shot the entire thing and I just think, you know, it's just not good enough. My expectation is higher.
Yeah.
I think everyone who shoots a video for YouTube knows a way that they could make it better. But it, like everything, it's just the amount of time you're going to put in before you actually push publish. So
I think
you just got to have higher expectations, I guess, for yourself.
Yeah, I have a weird balance with myself too. Because I try to be very, very, I try to put out a lot of content, and I know at the same time I try to do it as best as I could. And there's some times where I'll record like 3 videos in one day, and then I think I have 3 videos to post, but then as I let it sit, I'm like, that third one, I don't really like it. I'm going to rework it somehow.
Yeah. We change. I think life moves in waves, and I don't know. Do you think you're moving towards doing less daily, every other day kind of stuff and focusing more on like quality over quantity, or how do you feel at the moment, I guess?
I think for my channel in particular, I am very thoughtful about everything, like 3 steps ahead, and I know that I'm very conscious about the type of content that I'm posting. I'm not just obliviously posting it, and I know that I'm doing things like this proactively, like this podcast, and dabbling in vlogging and doing other things, because I know that certain specific type of video editing software tutorial help is like you said, a little bit pigeonholed, just as you might have felt that wedding film school is a little bit pigeonholed, and that I'm trying to have a more solid and sustainable foundation than like kind of just hacking the SEO over and over and over, you know?
Yeah. If it's not fun for you, it's not going to be fun for your subs.
Yeah.
But like you said, some people just post every day for the algorithm just because YouTube helps in different ways. But I don't know. I'm focusing more on if I could post a bomb ass video every month, one a month, I think I would do that. If I knew that I got like 50% conversion from subs to views within 24 hours, that's what I would focus for.
And that's something I wanted to point out about your channel, like kind of as a learning point, I guess. Throughout these few podcasts that I've done so far, I've kind of tried to consider my audience and give them some tips as if they were trying to grow something. And the thing that you do super well that I think everyone could implement no matter what their strategy is you really go for depth rather than width. And you can see it, because whereas like 1,000 views on my channel might be kind of flaky and I have to go for more, 1,000 views on your channel is a lot more engaged. Maybe you see a lot more comments from it. So those people are going to your Instagram and your Twitter and buying things and taking your recommendation. Is that a really conscious strategy that you do with that?
Yeah, a lot of it does come down to figuring out a way to actually tell if it's working, you know, having little goals. Like I talk about the first 24 hours after I publish a lot, because that's kind of how I gauge a lot of YouTube. But like you said, conversion to dollars made. I'm tracking every campaign. I know I place a tag with every link I make to where I'm posting it, and I'm looking at all this stuff every single day. So not only am I looking at like the engagement, the conversion, how many of my subs are actually watching because they saw the clickbait thumbnail versus how much money did I make with that specific video. Like I'm able to tell that, and I think that's important for what I'm doing, at least.
Yeah, so you had a video on your channel that definitely inspired me in a way, and you're very transparent about all of this on your channel. So I think if people go check it out, you actually break down numbers at the time that you're getting and all your strategies, which is very useful to other creators. And on your video about, I forgot what it was titled, but it was about how you earn money with affiliate links and how you do your linking strategy. And I mean, I had already been doing affiliate for years and years and years, but you kind of made me understand what the point of Kit was. And I think I messaged you too, and I said, I get kit now after that video, you know?
Oh, nice. Sick. Yeah, I'm glad to see you on.
Yeah. And I mean, I was on it too already, but I just didn't understand it and I didn't use it. And then after you showed, you know, how you were approaching it, I understood why someone would use it. And you, so would you say the majority of how you make your living as a content creator is through links and affiliate almost?
Yeah, so I would say I do have some pretty good individual sponsorship deals that are popping as of the last couple of months, but mainly Amazon. And I'd say 2/3 of the money made through my links are because of Kit. The rest are just individual Genius link links within the descriptions of YouTube videos. You know, that's killer. I'm a filmmaker, so video is my strong point. If you're a blogger, you make blogs. If you're a photographer, you do Instagram, etc. So I think the descriptions of my videos kill for conversion.
Yeah.
But I was actually talking to a couple of wedding filmmakers the other day. It's weird because I've done some coaching calls with people like you who have YouTube channels, gear-based, whatever, and trying to convert and do more affiliate. And it's strange because wedding filmmakers are so different than others. Just breaking down and looking at the things that they're buying, like a wedding filmmaker will buy like a $3,000 camera, a $2,000 lens, etc. Like once, twice, 3, maybe 4 times like a year. So much more money being made versus the little individual vloggers who are trying to monetize with affiliate on their kit. It's like a $20 Joby. It's a $30 battery. It's these little cheap things, like even the cameras that they're using. So in that sense, I think I'm fortunate in crushing the niche of wedding filmmaking, but there's still a lot of money to be made. I know building PCs are hot right now. You know, the Marquezes of the world, everyone who's copying him right now are probably making good money if they're focusing on computers. I know phone cases and stuff like that aren't as good for numbers, but computers, cameras, lenses, there's a lot of money to be made on Amazon right now. I feel it. I love it.
Yeah. And it's very true that you said that you really are kind of crushing this niche because you probably have one of the top wedding film related channels up. And so you're conscious of that, not stereotype, but habits of a wedding filmmaker versus a vlogger. And that's true in my own experience as well. I think it'd be true for a lot of people that perhaps Amazon affiliate, you won't get the same exact results as Kraig because you're killing it. I'm sure you're killing it more than channels with 5 times your size in affiliate still because of how much you optimize, which I think is a good lesson to take away. But for myself, I was able to improve my Amazon affiliate revenue a tiny bit, but where my affiliate revenues come in is more all the different software that I use. And so I think there's an affiliate program for everyone out there, you know, and
big on Adobe.
Yeah. Like there's Adobe, there's a Telestream, there's a few different ones. And I realized it snapped in my head that, oh, maybe my channel's not best for Amazon affiliating. Maybe it's better for software, and it is. And I see that in the numbers. And so maybe someone out there who does a cooking channel, there's like a special cooking website that'll be good for them rather than Amazon, you know? Yeah.
And I'm just trying to reiterate the fact that like wedding filmmaking is different, and it's tough, but like I said, there is money to be made on Amazon. But I do break it down by month. Very happy. I'm in a place, I'm very fortunate. I've worked hard to get to this, but just being able to make whatever I want, like, it's so freeing. I'm sure you feel the same way, but
yeah, I was discussing this with some friends that sure, perhaps some other occupation will make you $150,000 a year or whatever it is. But how much is that freedom worth to you that you can wake up whenever you want and kind of schedule your day however you want. And
it's key. It's number one. It's the top of the list no matter what I'm talking about. Freedom of mobility and being able to do whatever I want and just be my own boss. Like that's it. If I could just get by on that, I'd be happy. But now I'm helping others and making more money than I ever thought I could. So I'm happy.
And I think it's inspirational. If someone actually checks out your channel and sees how, like, the exact numbers in front of them, it's eye-opening to see. Because I think, relatively to what people think, they would see your channels and say, okay, you know, this is, it's not. I'm not saying you have a small channel, because 80,000 subscribers is a lot, but most people probably think you need 1 million subscribers to start making money. And I would say that you probably are making more money than many channels with 1 million subscribers in some regards. You know,
I had no idea when I was 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers, like how to make money with YouTube. A lot of people talk about how hard it is to make an income with AdSense with Google. That's insane. You make no money with that. I make $1,000 a month. That's nothing. Well, it's money. It's like I hate when I post that and people get mad at me. They're like, yeah, I'd love it that. But compared to the possibility of third party and getting creative with how to monetize. Okay, so I'll break it down. I'll give you numbers. Like 6,000 a month with Amazon for everything. B&H is about 1,000 a month. Just music sites. So suggesting music sites for people to get licensed their songs, that's probably about 2,000 a month. Web services for people to host their wedding films and deliver them to clients, it's about 1,000 a month. And then just like other little things, it all makes sense. It's all just solutions to my subscribers' problems. And like I said, I'm moving more into the world of one-on-one sponsorships, you know, with the easy stuff, with Squarespace, etc. But I'll tell you, it all starts with the gear giveaways. All the little weird channels that are people that want to give you the gear to review. I'm sure you get hundreds of those emails, right?
Yeah, I mean,
the weird gimbals and things.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, like the Chinese, like,
oh, it's terrible.
New much product on market, and then they send like a bunch of Amazon links. But I think that you being so transparent with those numbers right there is, it should be right there. That should be pretty eye-opening and inspirational for a lot of people out there, wondering if this is possible or trying to make this work. And number one takeaway is watch how Kraig is really optimizing and being authentic. And I think your channel is a testament truly to depth versus width.
Thank you. That's very nice. I'm very proud of the fact that it just comes second nature to me, but I want to be authentic. I don't want to hide anything. I'm never going to pay for likes. I'm never going to do those shenanigans. And I've had these chats with other YouTuber friends, like, is it really selling out? Is it, like, does it really matter? Like, am I being stupid by not doing the David Dobrik, the Jake Paul, those people kinds of tactics? Who knows? Whatever.
I mean, as long as you're happy, right? But
yeah.
So let's talk about wedding film school. I mean, you made a video saying that you're leaving wedding film school.
Oh, snap.
Is that let's get into the hard-hitting topics here.
Okay.
So
yes.
But here earlier you said wedding film school is how you make your living, or the way you worded it was that's, I mean, it's still very much a thing. So where are you at with wedding film school? Is it dead? Is it alive? What's the future of it?
Yeah, wedding film school is dead. I'm leaving wedding film school was the catchy clickbait title to get people to pay attention to a phase change. Oh yeah, clickbaited them all. I described it as I was just growing weary. I didn't feel like I was controlling the content as far as weddings. I wasn't having fun anymore. The hardest thing about weddings is that you book them a year, 2 years in advance, and so much changes. So by the time you get to the wedding that you booked in the past, you don't want to shoot what you promised. You want to do something. It's just weird. It's a weird long-term commitment thing. So I stopped taking bookings. I've got my last wedding in 2 days. so I got to leave tomorrow morning for that. But it just, my heart wasn't in it, and I thought, how could I do wedding film school if I'm not shooting weddings? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna focus on the other channel for a little bit. People got mad, people upset, people kind of understood, whatever. And I've kind of sat down, took a month or two, replanned things, and realized the value in the community that I've built. So rather than just being a YouTuber alone in my room, posting videos on the YouTube channel.
Like me.
Yeah, like all of us, I'd rather be harnessing the amazing filmmakers around me, the community of beginners and experienced people, to help each other within the Facebook group, do more community-based videos where I do like public workshops and different stuff like that. But there's a lot to be done with wedding film school, even though I'm not shooting weddings, and I realize that. So that's the rebirth. That's the new wedding film school.
Thank you for clarifying. I got totally baited. But
got him.
Got him. So that brings me into an interesting point that I wrote down. You have this really cool thing where you do an internship program for other YouTubers. Explain that a little bit. How did that come about?
Yeah, it's wonderful. I have this little friend group of like startup people here in New York City, and we do these whiteboarding sessions random. We get a bunch of food, a bunch of beer, like probably 10 of us sit down in a living room with a whiteboard, and we just all focus on one person, their endeavors, their future, their possibilities. And people did one for me in wedding film school, and we came up with so many ideas. And this internship, this residency was the result of that. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. It's a weird thing. It's like an in-person. Well, what we decided is, them coming from like a startup tech background, they wanted an incubator for wedding filmmakers, and I loved the idea. I extended it to just anyone on YouTube, but there's so much to be said with like bringing a group together and then just incubating their development. Picking out the people who are going to be huge within 5 to 10, seeing the possibility and just helping them. So if you have a huge pool of people willing to learn, you add a pay gate, people willing to pay or commit some kind of value to the program. You pick the best of those people and you bring them in person and you create content with them, because those are the people who are going to have their own channels. They're the people who are going to become this inner circle, the PayPal mafia, if you do. So I love that idea. Living in person is an interesting idea because that's like a facet of tech startup incubators. But what I would love to have in the future is just a space, maybe like an Airbnb, or something, or just pay for people to be in New York City, and every other day we just meet at a co-work space or something and hash out ideas. We shoot videos. There's so much possibility. It's just beginning.
Yeah, it's kind of like
what did you think?
It's kind of like turning it into an actual school, right? Or kind of.
Yes, absolutely.
Like a mobile.
Because everyone's doing their little team tents.
I was just
They're doing their.
I was gonna tweet out the other day that like teams seem like the future, and there's such a power in them, and there's no
Absolutely.
team for like video editors or filmmakers. There needs to be some like where they all join in a house, and then eventually you do stuff, and then Disney buys you for $500 million. That's the end goal, right?
Accept that, because just being in New York, there's a wonderful group of YouTubers here that I hang out with, and seeing the value in having them as friends and hanging out just to do YouTube stuff and non-YouTube stuff. It's immense. So I hope you have a good group over where you are. Like what's
so yeah, I live in Michigan in like the Detroit area, and I've been slowly reaching out, and the thing is, I don't feel like it's the same as the scene in New York, where like I follow all you guys and there's a ton of awesome creators out there. I'm more building slowly. As I built my own channel on my own here alone in my room, I'm able to reach out to people like yourself and other people and slowly start working with them and building a community around me. Perhaps not like right around me where I could go grab lunch with them, but I'm working on it, you know?
There's an amazing thing that happens when you're in person with people. It doesn't have to just be YouTubers and filmmakers. Like I'm more and more I'm seeing the similarities between people with Twitter followings, Instagram followings. It's Medium bloggers. Like it's all the same thing. And honestly, it's amazing when you see like a Medium blogger, a writer, start a YouTube channel and then just start shooting. Like that's the beauty of vlogging. Anyone can do it. It's just sharing what they're up to. So it's cool.
I found that with everyone I talk to as well, no matter if they're 15 or 30. We have similar traits and similar path, and like you said, me and you probably only wear black t-shirts or something like that. There's some sort of
wearing one right now.
Yeah, there's some sort of similar trait that leads us down these career paths and interests that must be intrinsic somehow. But so have you always lived in New York City, or did you move there?
I've lived in the state of New York all my life. I grew up in Rochester upstate, went to Buffalo for college. And then as soon as I got a taste of New York for an internship in college at MTV, I fell in love with the city and wrapped up college as quickly as I could. And I've been in the city here for like 5 years now. So I've been in Brooklyn the whole time. I haven't really lived in Manhattan yet. So I like it out here. I can bike in peace. I can just walk into brunch and not have to reserve a time. I like it.
What's your daily routine for Kraig in New York then, it seems? You don't have a car and you commute by bike and you're a minimalist. Like, what do you do when you wake up?
Yeah, I've never owned a car. And the first car that I own will be a Tesla. You can quote me on that. I go back and forth on making my own coffee and going out to buy it. But I'm a coffeeholic. Love it. Love that stuff. Yeah, I used to have the boosted board, but I got tired of being in dangerous situations and almost dying. Getting hit by cars who don't understand that just because I'm going uphill doesn't mean I'm going to slow down. So I got my bike back. I'm happy to be exercising. I love Brooklyn. Lots of friends out here. Girlfriend is moving into the apartment, so that'll be a big change. Because getting rid of things and being that full-blown crazy minimalist was part of me getting ready for a move and a change. I was ready to move to a different city. But the relationship has changed things, and I feel like I feel at home a little bit more here, and I'm happy to stay in this apartment. So I'm really just working here in my apartment. I've made it a really good place to shoot videos. I feel comfortable. I've got everything I need, but I love to travel and vlog. Something more that I'm going to start doing is just booking trips to go collab with a YouTuber, and that's the reason I'm going. It makes total sense. I'm excited. I can take a trip out to you. We can meet in person and shoot something cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That's a great idea. And I have written down here in my little note thing, -travel, because it seems like you travel. It seems like you travel a lot. Like, what are some cool places that you've been to, or some important things that you think people could gain from traveling?
Yeah, everyone loves it. I think that's part of why I love this lifestyle. I will book trips a week. Like, I booked a trip to go hike in the Adirondacks for right now, but I injured my foot, and I booked that like a day after getting back from Toronto 3 days ago. So I'm very spontaneous. Been to Sweden, been to Peru, been all over Canada, Alaska, England. I've got a lot more coming up, and it's something that is a little tough because my girlfriend has a 9-to-5 at Vayner. So it would be really cool if we could just go and travel together. But I've got a couple solo trips coming up for sure.
That's something. See, I have that ahead of me right now. My buddy wants me to go to Seattle for he's getting engaged, and I was supposed to go with me and my other friend. So it was like a comfortable thing, and then my other friend canceled it, and now I'm a little bit uncomfortable about traveling out there alone, which sounds stupid, but I'm usually always traveling with like my brother or someone, and it feels like there's more of a purpose to go. But you've inspired me a little bit more now.
It is what I would say is it feels a little different traveling alone in the States because there are a ton of people that I want to meet up with in the different cities. So I'm just trying to do that as much as I can. But once you get out of the country, it's a different ballgame. It's surviving, especially if you don't speak the language. I remember I spent 2 weeks in Peru. I had no idea what I was doing. Absolutely no idea. So it's a bit different if you travel to a different country by yourself.
Yeah, I guess it's not so bad going to another city. How do you link up with these other people and creators that you know? Is it just through Twitter or YouTube? How do you find these people?
Yeah, Twitter's a secret weapon. Love it. You know, people discredit Twitter, but it's probably my favorite social media right now. I'll do that, but honestly, people check IG stories, and that's just a really good way to storytell continuously, and people check that to see where you are. But if I'm going to reach out to someone that I know is in a city, like, I'll probably use Twitter.
Yeah, I noticed I think in one of your videos you said something about always having a pin on your Instagram about what city you're in.
Yeah, that is a smart thing to do.
I was just talking with Matt Workman, Cinematography Database, earlier in the podcast, so other episode for whoever's listening. And we touched on a lot of the same topics about how Twitter is a really unique platform because it's the only text-only feed, and it serves a niche that Instagram hasn't been able to eat and swallow. Like, for me, I think Snapchat kind of died for me as soon as stories came out, because I just that minimalist in me, I didn't want to have both of them. And there was a lot of annoying things with Snapchat, like little kids just messaging you bored or streaks and silly stuff like that. Are you fully focused on Instagram now too?
Yeah, I Snapchat has been off my phone for months now. I understand it. Snapchat is really for your top 10 friends, and then the super celebs get a lot out of it. But there's this weird valley in the middle where content creators like ourselves can't really use it as well as Instagram stories, which is entirely focused towards the influencers, the people who are trying to put everything on blast rather than it's just different. It's different.
I was saying I wish Twitter made money so that I could actually invest real money into it, because I love it. I love it, but I can't yet.
Yes. So Matt's fun to engage in chat on Twitter. He's funny. He's using it well. But it's really the quickest way to get on someone's radar. So you just gotta give value. Like, if I wanted to chat with Elon, you should always have like 5 people that you're trying to
get on the radar,
get a like or a reply from on Twitter. I talk with Sarah Dici a lot about this, and she loves Twitter. She's made some videos about it, but she's very good. She will keep engaging and sharing people's content more and more, and they recognize it. They start to recognize your picture, your stuff. This person keeps talking and replying to all my stuff. She's actually like getting more people to see my stuff. And I think she just posted that she got some hearts from Ethan and Hila, so that's really cool.
Papa bless.
You know, she's moving up. Oh yes, Papa bless. Yeah, daddy up. It's time to daddy up.
And
love it.
Yeah, we were just talking about different podcasts that we listen to, and H3 I think is a great example of, they're killing the podcast. It's also a great example of how a channel that transitioned, you know. Who knows how long
to Twitch.
Yeah, I mean to Twitch too, but they're dominant. If you type podcast into YouTube, the whole first page is going to be H3. And iTunes is a different game and all that, but who knows how long they could have been making commentary reaction style type of videos. And it's a really, I think that's where a lot of people struggle, is that pivot, that critical pivot when you have the attention. I feel like I'm at that point right now. I have the attention. I don't know if it's going to last forever, and I need to do some good foundational work here.
Listen, podcasts are the OG vlog. Before anyone was like really vlogging, like podcasts, because think about it, vlog is what you're doing, where you are, who you're talking to and hanging out with. podcasts are just who you know, who you can talk to, who you can get in a room and chat with. And no matter who you are and what you're doing, there will always be people. Everything's about people. And the more successful you get, the more access you have to these people. You know, you become friends with interesting characters and celebrities that you can just have a chat with. It's really fun. I listen to podcasts when I'm running. I use it to laugh, H3, and David Dobrik. I use it to learn with Tim Ferriss, etc. I think podcasts are just something that will kind of be around for a while. And I've been listening to them for like a decade now.
I think I've been listening to them for a few years now. Probably, I noticed them getting big like around a year ago. Especially with the video podcast on YouTube. There's something about it. Even though you don't watch it, it's just cool to get an idea of what the room looks like and then switch over to another tab. And that's the thing about podcasts is you can, like you said, you can run and listen to them, whereas you can't really watch a YouTube video. Although I try at the gym all the time. I shouldn't do this, but I'm on my subscription feed just watching new drama alert videos.
Oh, man. Killer Keemstar.
Are you in tune with all of like what do you watch on YouTube? Do you enjoy some of that YouTube drama and current events, or do you have all the niche channels like coffee roasting channels that you enjoy?
Yeah, I just watch minimalist ASMR videos.
Just cheese it reviews.
I love just cheese it content. I love YouTube. I go back and forth. I think it's something that you have to practice as far as being in the industry, consuming other people's and being inspired by the people who are succeeding and doing well, but not copying them, not just doing what you see. So it's a weird balance between watching and obsessing over your idols and seeing where you want to be, but then realizing the perspective. So I love Philip DeFranco. It's where I got my news. H3, the gaffes. Oh man, the goofs. I watch Felix. I think Felix is a very interesting story. I think he's growing up a bit. I think he really effed up with his most recent Semitic stuff. So I think him being dropped by Disney was a huge financial blunder for him, and I think he's hurt.
He should have made a diss track like Jake Paul. That ain't on the news.
Peter McKinnon out of nowhere killing it.
Shout out
absolutely
to him. I've had
amazing
some communication with him here and there in the emails.
Casey, of course, everyone under the sun.
Do you see that a lot?
A couple other
I was gonna say, do you see that?
Casey?
No. Do you see that? No, do you see that a lot in New York? Like you said, like being inspired rather than finding your style. Do you see that a lot in New York? Just like some random kid driving down the street in a boosted board, vlogging himself, and you're like, oh yeah, you see it. It's like a real thing.
I saw 3 boosted boards today, and I know that they're all influenced by Casey. Everyone who has a boosted board.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I feel like I could almost say that he might be one of the sole biggest salesmen of the company, almost.
Yeah, without a doubt. I watched some pretty weird stuff. I love Filthy Frank. I think he is by far the most amazing YouTuber I've ever seen.
See, I don't really watch his like Filthy Frank stuff, but now that he's getting into just music production and
it's funny.
He's really like going to pursue music. Like he was just on, the Genius channel, Rap Genius or whatever.
He just talk about a pivot.
Yeah, and now I really enjoy this authentic, genuine side of him. Whereas Filthy Frank is like, obviously it's meant to be like unbearably like some unbearable dude. But that's a great pivot right there. That's another one that I should look at.
I tell you, just watching him make dumb short films in his college dorm by himself, like hits me in the heart so hard. Like I remember wanting to do that, doing it, but I just didn't upload. Yeah, you just got a green screen. So amazing. And you've been doing some funny stuff with it. Oh yeah. Yes. I want to start, like Wedding Film School, engaging with the community a bit. And I think Felix does that pretty well. I think he's been changing up a bit. I think as soon as he started watching H3, he's been doing a lot more reaction stuff. But it's fascinating how much You could honestly just make the next video from the top comment in every single video, the previous video.
That's a really interesting idea.
That's something that I've been toying around with, and people love it when you involve them. And I think David Dobrik is a great example of that. Like, people just trying to get in that vlog is like the story of the vlog. Whether it's his team living in the house, the girls waiting outside his apartment, and then the people that he collabs, like, it's such a circle. It's so
a whole
crazy.
Universe of characters. I don't really watch his vlogs, but all I know is that they're all 4 minutes and 20 seconds long, which I think is such a cool
Vape
concept.
Nation. I watch every single one.
I have to get into it. But are you familiar with any live streamers like Ice Poseidon?
No.
So there's this guy, and he basically live streams his whole day in real life. And so he was really big on Twitch, but he got banned because people kept, he was on an airport and people called in and said he had a bomb and things like that. And so Twitch banned him.
Oh, man.
Ultimately.
He got airport swatted.
Yeah, he got swatted in the airport. It was real big. It was all over Drama Alert and all the channels. But now he's on YouTube, and he pulls insane numbers, like 10 to 20,000 people in the live stream at all times, and just running around Los Angeles just doing stupid stuff. You should check him out. He does really crazy. He has highlight videos on his YouTube channel, and then he does the live streams. But
you said Ice Poseidon.
Yeah, Ice Poseidon. And what I saw a comment that really, and he has a whole Reddit that's always popping, and the thing that someone said in the Reddit was that they love this universe of characters that are involved in his show, like his life. It's his real life, but there becomes this universe of characters that just makes it interesting, like his stupid friend or the stupid mailman that's always there,
Yes. Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. And all these people are doing something different. That is the thing. Everyone learns eventually, sometimes sooner than others, but you gotta be different. You gotta go against the grain. You gotta be an outlier. You gotta do something completely different to have any kind of success. Well, everyone defines their own success, but I feel like if you upload a video every other day continuously, like, you'll get the numbers eventually. But I want to be the top. I'm not stopping.
So what are your goals then? What is your longer term goal here with now that you're shifting into a different phase? You're shifting into, you're growing, you're shifting into a newer person as you experience life. What are your longer term goals now that you're moving away from wedding film school?
Yeah, like most people, more content, more focus on that, but it comes down to relationships. I'm focusing on who I spend time with, who I work with, really being able to filter people is a big part of what I'm looking at right now. I've done the optimization. I think I've learned enough to set some foundation, but getting long-term for short-term with people, with the videos I'm creating and the channel itself, and what those goals look like, I don't know. Part of my lifestyle is that I can pivot at any moment. It's a blessing and a curse, like I said. Being able to just grab all my stuff because I'm a minimalist and move to another city, and then I could just make ASMR candy videos where I eat candy and you have to guess. I don't know.
It could work.
Like it could work. It's a good thing and a bad thing because that's short term. I want to work towards more long term content strategies and relationships. So
I think that's a really good point, because you have these channels that blow up. Like, who was the guy who did 1,000-degree knife cutting through whatever, and then their channels blow up.
Mr. Gear.
Yeah, their channels blow up all at once, and then they go away all at once. I'm sure, maybe he made enough money to be good, but there's something to say about how quickly you can rise and how quickly you can fall.
Yes. Have you ever thought about just deleting your channel and starting over again?
No, but I always wish I could just delete all my old videos because they're not up to standard and I hate them.
You could. I've gone through and I've purged a bunch.
See, you are a braver man than me, because I know at the end of it's a struggle, but I know at the end of the day that, like, just look at channels like Felix or PewDiePie, where you can go back to his really old videos that just are old. And then now that he's at where he's at now, you have this new context to the old video where even if it was just a stupid video of nothing, it's still valuable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's an interesting way to look at it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I've thought about it, though. It would be kind of fun to just start with something completely new. That's crazy, though. I'm not going to do it, though. People listening, I'm not deleting Wedding Film School. Don't worry.
Speaking of how you said you go into the comment section and the top comment is a good starting point for you to jump off in a new video. Like, I've seen you do the minimalist video and then you did the reaction to all the strangers' comments in there. How do you cultivate your ideas? Like, for me, in comparison, I have this big notebook. I have this like the notes app on the MacBook, and I'm always writing stuff down in the notes app. I have like 100 things written down in there. Is it something active that you always write down notes for new ideas, or how does it come about for you?
I've gone 100% digital with no paper, but I tell you, I write notes every so often on my phone with Apple Notes, and I never go back to them. I never take the reminders seriously. I think every YouTuber has a list of video ideas. They're good stuff. I know they would do well, but I just never get to them. If my heart isn't in it, and this goes back to the short term versus long term, like most of my videos, I will get the idea and then just be like, okay, I gotta make this. It's tough. It's tough. But as far as coming up with ideas, I think it is fun to have a continuous stream of an idea. Like, it is interesting to pull comments from previous videos. I think the more that you can build this universe of inside jokes and returning characters, the more subscribers get value versus just viewers who are finding your video via suggested video and not actually subscribing. Because I think the goal is subscribers, because those are the people that are going to jump ship. If you ditch YouTube for Twitch, if you move to a new endeavor, if you start an actual business or something and do whatever or sell a product, yeah, I think I want those engagement style of subs and fans.
Have you read 1,000 True Fans, that article by Kevin Kelly?
Someone was actually telling. I met with a YouTuber, a vlogger from Toronto, and he was talking about that. I haven't read it. I know of it.
It's a short essay.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like you very much are a great example of that. It's basically just says like all you need is 1,000 true fans, you know. So
yes,
and you don't need 1 million subscribers. You need 1,000 true fans, and you might need to pick up 100,000 subscribers to get those 1,000. But like you said, it's all about engagement. So some fun questions, I think, to kind of tail end this. Out of all the things that you got rid of in your minimalist purge, what are like the stupid non-minimalist things that you kept that you should have that should be getting rid of, but you kept them?
I'll tell you, the Xbox, I went back and forth. I love gaming, but it's sitting on my floor right now. I'm finally getting rid of it. I think a lot of people poked fun at me for keeping an Xbox and a big TV as a minimalist, but it's finally going. Other things that I kept, I got rid of all my books. I got rid of okay, so my girlfriend makes fun of this a ton. I had like this big expensive like kit, probably like $200-$300 worth to make coffee, like pour over, a scale, etc. I was doing that. Then I just threw it all out.
Really?
Because I was like, I can't make good coffee. It sucks. Every time I go to an actual coffee place like down the street, like it's so much better. So I threw it out. But then I bought it all back like a couple weeks later. And she was making fun of me. She's like, "You're an idiot." So catch this. I threw it out again.
Oh my god! Now she really has.
I don't have stuff. Yes, yeah. She makes fun of me endlessly for that, but she also makes fun of me because so my girlfriend India works for VaynerMedia, and she was previously tied with Gary Vaynerchuk for his show, and we always joke because we have a lot of cross overlap with friends.
It's a catchy Instagram.
Heartbread. Oh, yeah, 2 emojis. Heartbread. And There's just, I want to do another Q&A video because every time I feature her on a vlog, everyone pokes fun at me because like they're just gonna sub because of India. Every vlog is better once India's in it, and that's the biggest change. Like I'm in love with this girl and it's changed my life, and I'm staying in New York, and I've never been this serious about someone, and
that's a big change.
She's a video producer at Vayner, so it's a fun dynamic, and it's really funny when we create stuff together because she manages me pretty well, and I don't know, that's a big change. That's something I should talk about more, but it changes everything.
Yeah, you had a really personal video on your channel about you were you were engaged once. I don't want to be putting words in your mouth.
I was not married.
You were engaged.
Praise the Lord. I was not married to that girl.
No, but yeah, I think that's really, really awesome that you can share such personal content that is how people get so much more connected to you, and it may seem easy to do, but stuff like that, it's really hard to come out and be vulnerable with on the internet, where anyone can come just make fun of you in the comments, you know.
Something that every YouTuber works on every day is just not letting things get to them. Comments, negativity, other people's insecurities.
And that's true. It's always
that
someone
we learn
else.
The hard way.
It's always I've noticed hateful comments are always rooted in either some sort of assumption that's not true, or some sort of misunderstanding, you know.
Yep. But I'll tell you, negative feedback is very important when it comes from your tight circle, your dozen friends and family, because you know it's coming from a place of they want to help you and they love you. So
yeah,
not all negative feedback, but I'll tell you, I've seen some stuff on YouTube, and it is fun to poke fun and make kind of diss track videos making fun of those comments, because we all get it. Have you gotten some stuff? Have you gotten some hate? You got some drama up your sleeve?
I don't have any drama, but I want to get some drama. I wish someone would. No, I don't want to say that. I was gonna say I wish someone would assault me.
Oh boy,
I'm not trying to get assaulted.
Clickbait. Justin wants some drama.
Let's start some fake beef after this. There's no beef in the filmmaking community. We need to just start some. Honestly, we're losing out.
You edit on Premiere, so that's some bull right there.
Oh yeah, Premiere versus Final Cut beef. I didn't even bring this up. You're a Final Cut user, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna make a diss track on you soon.
Yeah, we should coordinate the publishing of our diss tracks against each other.
But where can people find you if they want to get in touch with you? What's the best places to be following you online?
I would say Twitter. If you talk to me on Twitter, I'll tweet back. I don't care. I'm down to earth. I'm like a friendly guy on Twitter. On Instagram, I'll reply to messages. I will not reply to comments though. I don't think it's a weird thing.
Just like
comments. Them. Yeah, I don't think comments really serve a purpose. I feel like everything should be like, I don't know, it's weird. Whatever. Yeah, Twitter's good. I like Twitter.
So I'll leave all of Kraig's links in the description. You pretty much your name everywhere. So if you just Google Kraig Adams, you'll probably be able to find you somewhere, right?
Except Twitter, there's a shirtless guy who has at Kraig Adams, and I'm forever. He's my arch enemy. I'm gonna find him and hack his phone.
Oh yeah, your Cadams on there.
Cadams.
But yeah, anyways, I'll leave all of Kraig's links in the description for you guys to check out. And Kraig, once again, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you taking the time. For sure, we'll have to grab lunch or something when I'm in New York, or you're taking spontaneous trips or something.
Yes, and it's Odisho.
Odisho.
Do people get it right every time,
No.
or they mess up?
I get all types of ones, but it's not bad. Odisho. Welcome to the Justin Odisho. That's what people think.
Odisho, I like that. That's easy. Yeah. People still comment Kraig with a C, even though my channel is like Kraig Adams.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy world.
But yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you guys
this
for
was
listening.
a blast.
Thank you, Kraig.
Love it.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.